Coletco for part 2 of tonight's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. Those were $19.99. Yeah, $19.99. I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. All right, let's get everything shared. Let's see, Carlene. Okay, I know we're live when Carlene and Craig start commenting. Let me get it shared. Letco. Hello, Liam. Scotty says, yes, you're live. Thank you, Scotty. All righty. Here's Johnny. Share that group. Whole lot of records. Okay, let's go ahead and share it. Let's post that. Oh, I didn't have it copied. Okay, so I've made some crates very quickly in the back. I actually did it in the last 10 minutes of the break. I was watching the football game in the first 20 minutes of the break, but it was amazing. And those, I've got 3 crates made. I got a $14.99 crate, which is amazing. And I've got a, I didn't mean to post that there, but that's okay. Let me delete that. Wrong feed, Chad. I posted that on something from the 29th. Here's what I'm looking for. All right, yeah, that. Okay, so that's all I'm doing right there. Restream chat. No, restream chat. Okay, that's new vinyl. David said 15 for Japanese 4 Seasons. Sure, just let me find it. I think it's right here. I've got our first crate. Everything's going to be $14.99. And then I got a crate of $19.99 and a crate of $9.99. So the $14.99 stuff is pretty killer. Why does my cart always look kind of funny? Let me do it like that. I got to remount this camera to the way I like it. It needs to be a little bit lower. Hope I don't mess this up, Tanner. I think that's good. Yeah, needs to be a little bit lower. I still have Master of Reality. First, let me do 4 Seasons to David for $15. I have Master of Reality. They're $36.99, Belinda. I've got 2 in stock. Okay, y'all are going to like these. $14.99. Everything in here is on sale. There's some stuff in here that's half off. There's some stuff 25% off. They're great titles. It's really good prices. And I don't think there's anything in here that's too beat. I think this is pretty recent stuff like from Atlanta. Elton John, A Single Man, $14.99. I hadn't put this one out in a while. I was thinking about all the Elton John albums we've shown this week in discount bins. I hadn't seen a copy of that. There's Elton John, A Single Man, $14.99. Blows Against the Empire, Jefferson Starship. This was $24.99. This is a nice copy. Orange RCA label, $14.99. $14.99. We have the original cast soundtrack to a Walt Disney album, the one and only genuine original family band. Nice copy. That is $14.99 gatefold. If you don't have that in your Disney collection, you got to have it. Archie Shepp live at the Donna Hotchingen Music Festival. This was originally $24.99. Now it's $14.99. It's some kind of flip cover, BASF MPS stereo, jazz, $14.99. Patrick, all the vinyl earlier was new arrivals. The vinyl from earlier, that's a very fair offer, but I would have to, especially, well, Master Reality is $37, but yeah, I'd have to have. Those are sticker price. Those are new titles, and they're sticker price. But thank you for the offer. Just about everything else here in this part, though, will be on sale. Jefferson Airplane, sold to Greg, $14.99. And these are $14.99. I think on the first couple go-arounds on these, I'm going to be very firm because there's some good stuff in here. George Lyle on Archie, sell that to George Lyle. Wayne Shorter, Shorter Memories. This is half off at $14.99. That's a 2 LP on the Trip label. Michael Nesmith and the First National Band Nevada Fighter, orange label, very nice condition. Michael Nesmith from the Monkees, $14.99. Adam and the Ants, Prince Charming, $10 off on that one. Was $24.99, now $14.99 on that. Billy Underwood on Wayne Shorter. and Brent Rabley on Michael Nesbitt. Those are sold and sold. Everything in here is $14.99. $14.99. Adam and the Ants, sold to John Stevens. We have Get Primitive, Volume 1, the originals, the Best of Pebbles, $14.99. $14.99 for that, Best of Pebbles. These are all on sale at $14.99. Lulu, probably her best song, except The Man with the Golden Gun. $14.99 for Lulu, To Sir with Love. Original Epic label, very good condition. Arrested Development, Ease My Mind. That's in shrink wrap, $10 off at $14.99. Cheap Trick, Dream Police. Vinyl on this one is EX, and it is $14.99. It has some scuffing to it. $14.99. Bob Dylan. This one's called Dylan. That's a VG Plus at $14.99. Brandon Butler on CP. CP was Get Primitive, Lulu, Arrested Development. What was CP? Buddy Rich in Miami. This is on Verve, half off at $14.99. CT, Cheap Trick. Whoa. Boy, that slipped out of my hand. Black Verve label, Buddy Rich in Miami, half off at $14.99. Brandon Butler on Cheap Trick. You've got it, Brandon. Thank you. Next is Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday Rides Again. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. And more Greatest Hits of the Monkees, $10 off at $14.99. More Greatest Hits of the Monkees. Really nice condition. Yeah, like unplayed. Unfortunately, though, it's in one of these terrible plastic baggies. $14.99 for more Greatest Hits of the Monkees. You might want to put that in a new sleeve. That's technically the original sleeve, but I'm not a fan of it. That's $14.99. Kenneth Jank gets the Buddy Rich. That's sold to Kenneth Jank, $14.99. Jared McLaughlin on Lulu. Sell that to Jared McLaughlin for $14. Floyd Furman on BR. That was Buddy Rich. Floyd, you were second. Patrick Carter, though, first to Bob Dylan. Dylan. I told y'all those are a good crate. Everything in here is $14.99. The Monkees. We have the Black Rain soundtrack. That has Greg Allman, Iggy Pop, UB40, and music by Hans Zimmer. That's a promo copy, $14.99. The Best of the Guess Who. This has been popping up in a lot of discount bins this week, but and they've all been selling. This is an EX condition. Also has a couple scuffs on it, but you know, classic lineup of Guess Who songs. $14.99. Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark. Nice copy and boss cover. Gatefold. That's now $14.99. And John Lennon and Yoko Ono, Heart Play, Unfinished Dialogue, spoken word. That is now $14.99. The Nice with Keith Emerson on the Immediate label. Really nice copy. Pink label. That's $14.99. Voice of the Beehive, Let It Be. That is now $14.99. And the Hollies, another Hollies compilation. This is 17 great tracks. He Ain't Heavy, Bus Stop, $14.99. Also has some unreleased stuff, it says. That's $14.99. Product of the Street, Enemies. This is $14.99. 1980, Product of the Street, Enemies. Next is Melissa Etheridge, $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99. Wichita Fall, Life is But a Dream, in shrink wrap. Gatefold on the Imperial label. That is $14.99. And Positively Dump Truck. Positively Dump Truck, $10 off. That's at $14.99. Greg Preston on GW. That was the Guess Who to Greg Preston. Next is Clay Moore on the Hollies. That is sold to Clay Moore. Where are you, Hollies? Hollies is right here. That's sold to Clay. Oh, the Hollies are hiding. There. That's sold to Clay Moore. Derek Paris wants the Nice. Sell that to Derek Paris. And Dana Wright on Beehive. What happened to the Beehive? Everything's disappearing on me. It's right there. That's sold to Dana Wright. Thank you. If you're just joining us, everything in this crate is $14.99. Historical Figures and Ancient Heads, Canned Heat, 2LP, $14.99. We Are Frank Chickens. That's also $14.99, $10 off. Elvis Costello, Taking Liberties. That's $14.99. And Peter Frampton, Wind of Change. A sealed copy, more than half off. That is a sealed copy. And, yeah, I guess it's lightly notched. I was about to say it's not a cutout, but very, very lightly. Peter Frampton, Wind of Change. That is sealed, $14.99. Squeeze, East Side Story. That is $14.99. And More American Graffiti. $5 off the More American Graffiti soundtrack. That is now $14.99. Jared, you were second on the Hollies. Leslie Holt on Melissa Thridge. That's sold to Leslie. This is a buy it now. Everything in here is pretty firm, especially these first couple go-arounds at $14.99. Everything's $14.99. Straight price bin. R.M. Lazelle on PF. That was the sealed Peter Frampton to R.M. Lazelle. Yeah, everything's $14.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That's $5 off. $14.99. Their self-titled album. Really, really nice condition. Lucky Man's on there. Todd Rundgren, The Ever-Tortured Artist Effect. That's $5 off at $14.99. The Go-Go's Vacation. Nice copy in shrink wrap. This may be German. Let me take a look at this. I think this is a foreign press. It has the original inner sleeve with it. Canadian. It's a Canadian press. Boomtown Rats, The Fine Art of Surfacing. That is now $14.99, $10 off. Rain Parade is from 1984. It's $14.99. And Argent, all together now. OG Press has the song Hold Your Head Up, original yellow Epic label. That is $14.99. John Stevens wants Todd. That's Todd Rundgren. I was listening to some of his music yesterday. That's sold to John Stevens. Jethro Tull Aqualung. Somebody needs to grab this. It's a tan reprise label. Really nice condition. Gatefold. Classic album. Ames English. John's Fred and his Playboy Band. This is in shrink wrap with hype sticker. Just $14.99. And Jethro Tull Benefit. Jethro Tull Benefit is just $14.99. Just $14.99. That's a great album. That's a later Christmas label. But it also means it's in really good condition. John Kay and Steppenwolf Rock and Roll Rebels. $14.99 on sale. Jethro Tull Live. This was a 2LP originally. Half off at $14.99. Jethro Tull Live. 2LP on that. And Grand Funk Live album. $10 off that one. $14.99. Sean Foxbower was first to Aqualung. Joe Sloop was second. R.M. Lazelle was third. The Pentangle Basket of Light. This is a 1970 UK pressing for a Pentangle Basket of Light. That is now $14.99. The Birds Younger Than Yesterday. This is $5 off at $14.99. The Birds Younger Than Yesterday. It looks and feels like it's going to be the second label. It is $14.99 on that. Very nice copy though. Les Paul and Mary Ford. This is a nice copy. That earlier Capitol label. Vinyl is about EX Plus. Beautiful cover though. Does this have a year on it? Scranton. That was so nice though. Look at that. $14.99. Vanilla Fudge, The Beat Goes On. That is $14.99. Dolan's Jones, Boyce and Hart. Mickey Dolan's. Davy Jones. I forgot his first name. And Boyce and Hart. That is $14.99. Redbone Cycles featuring Pat and Lolly Vegas. Redbone's $14.99. Little Feat, the last record album. That's in shrink wrap for $14.99. And Pictures at an Exhibition. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Nice copy. Cotillion label, gatefold. Very nice copy. We have Clint Eastwood, A Fistful of Dollars soundtrack. That's $14.99. T-Set, My Belle Amy. And Mother's Finest, Iron Age. Those are all $14.99. Let's go through those one more time because there may be some people just join us. This is a on sale crate. Everything's $14.99. I just hand-picked all of these. They're really good. I think they're all really good titles for $14.99. Wayne said DPEMZ. Now, let's do some figuring out what that is. First, though, we got Brent Rabley on Red. That was Redbone. That's sold to Brent Rabley. Let me go ahead and pull these other ones that I know for sure. And then Ed Nelson on Little Feat. Brian Hummel was next. And Brent Rabley on Mother's Finest. John Wilson says Feet. That's already sold. Arrested Development and American Graffiti. I still have those. Wayne, what is your abbreviations? I hadn't tried to figure them out yet, but so far they have stumped me. But let me pull John Wilson's request, which was Arrested Development and American Graffiti. Arrested Development and Physical Graffiti. Those are back, or American Graffiti. Arrested Development is right here. Oh, Fist, not Finest. Okay, so Let me swap Mother's Finest for Fistful of Dollars. These two are John Wilson's, which is Arrested Development and American Graffiti. And Sarah Jenkins Langford wants the Monkeys. That is sold to Sarah Jenkins Langford. $14.99. It was the Monkeys. It just typed crazy. Okay. Wayne wanted the Monkeys. It just typed crazy. He put, wow, that was crazy. You only have 2 letters in there of the Monkeys, but he says he wants the Monkeys. Sarah, I have to give that to Wayne. He typed a cryptic message earlier, and I didn't know what it means, but evidently it was for the Monkeys. Let me go back through this crate one more time. Everything in here is $14.99. By the way, I'm going to post pictures of it. We have sold so many records this week. It's well into the thousands at this point because both carts are full. We have a table with auxiliary crates. We're still keying stuff in, and we still got to do some box sets. So to key in, and I got to go back through the post and see if anybody bought anything else. So, and I've got 3 more crates to go, or 2 more crates to go through here in this part that we're probably going to almost empty. So it was the second one, not the greatest hits. Okay, so this one. So Sarah, do you want this one? More greatest hits of the Monkeys. Sarah, this is still available if you want it. Everything in here is $14.99. Okay, one more go around. Elton John, A Single Man. Everything in here is $14.99. Walt Disney, the one and only genuine original family band. Get Primitive, The Best of Pebbles, Volume 1, the originals. Doc Holliday Rides Again. Black Rain soundtrack. Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark. John Lennon, Unfinished Dialogue. Product of the Streets. Enemies. Wichita Fall, Life is But a Dream. Sarah said yes, this is the one she wants. Sell that to Sarah, $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99. Then I'm going to go grab our $19.99 stuff. Positively Dump Truck. Canned Heat. We Are Frank Chickens. Elvis Costello, Taking Liberties. Everything in here is $14.99. Squeeze, East Side Story. We have Emerson, Lake and Palmer, self-titled. The Go-Go's Vacation. Boomtown Rats, The Fine Art of Surfacing. Rain Parade. Argent, All Together Now. John Fred and his Playboy Band. Jethro Tull Benefit. John Kay and Steppenwolf. Jethro Tull Live. Grand Funk Live. Pentangle, Basket of Light. The Byrds, Younger Than Yesterday. Les Paul and Mary Ford. Vanilla Fudge. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. T-Set. And Mother's Finest. All right. So next is Mother's Finest tracks. Give me a second on that. Stephanie Harder wants the Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and George Delisle wants the Argent. Those are sold and sold. Stephanie, I'm assuming you wanted that first Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but there is another one in there if you want that as well. Everything $14.99. Did you see I asked for a bundle Black Sabbath? Yes, those are all sticker price. Black Sabbaths are literally new, as in we just unboxed them about 5 o'clock today. So those are all sticker price. Plus I needed them for the store and their new LPs. But I do have 3 or 4 new Black Sabbath albums in. Let's see. Charlie DeFrank asked for the Lennon label. Go ahead and sell Robert Johnson Les Paul for $10. Sell that to Robert. And the label on the John Lennon. Let's see here. This John Lennon is on Polydor. It's a red Polydor label. Any other time, I think y'all know I would say let's make a deal on something, but those are, I got to step to the back and grab this stack of $19.99 stuff. Give me 1 second. I got to walk to the back and grab this other stack of records. Okay, I'm back up front. Tennessee score again. Intercept in the end zone. Looks like they're going to pull this off. Good. We need that. All right. Wichita and John Fred for 20. Let's sell Derek Paris, Wichita, and John Fred for 20. Wichita. The John Fred's nice. It has the hype sticker on it, which I think most of them did, but sell those to Derek for 20. Belinda said give 10 for the Go-Go's. Is there a Go-Go still left in here? Yeah, there is. Sell that to Belinda for $10. Did the chicken record sell? Let's see. That was We Are Frank Chickens. It is still available. Burt Jordan, I already sold John Fred. Sean said he'd take this last ELP record for 10. Sell that to Sean. Is the best of Pebbles on pink vinyl? No, it's not. Chasing Hart, Tommy Flowers says he'd give 10 for Dump Truck. Sell that to Tommy Flowers. Jared McLaughlin said he'd give 10 for Steppenwolf. Sell that to Jared McLaughlin for $10. Nicole said she'd give $9.99 for Toll Live. Sell that to Nicole for $9.99. Wayne, I just sold Steppenwolf. Wyatt says Squeeze and Dump Truck for 20. Well, first, Floyd just asked right before you what was Squeeze and Vanilla Fudge. We have Vanilla Fudge, The Beat Goes On. That's $14.99. And the Squeeze album was East Side Story. Those are $14.99, Floyd. And then Wyatt, I'll come back to you. John Stevens says 10 for Rain Parade. Rain Parade, sell that to John Stevens for 10. B-Sides, that's Jeannie Pinnell, 20 for Chicken and Pebbles. Chicken and Pebbles. Pebbles and Frank Chickens. Sell those to B-Sides, that's Jeannie Pinnell, both of those for 20. John Wilson said 10 on Dylan. Looks like this has turned into a $10 crate, hasn't it? The leftovers. Let's see, was there a Dylan in here? John Wilson, Dylan, $10. Let me flip through these again. There is not a Dylan record in here. And then we have Mother's Finest, $10. Sell that to Bob McKinney, $10. He can have Squeeze VF10. Okay, so, Tanner, I hope you're ready for this. Somebody was right before him. Wyatt, you get Squeeze for $10. Floyd Furman gets Vanilla Fudge for $10. We're on a roll. What was next? $10 for Doc Holliday, Derek Paris. Okay, so let's go through this one more time. I guess now I can safely say, if you want anything left in here, and this is the final price, so don't offer 7. Anything that's left is $9.99. John Lennon, T-Set, The Byrds, Pentangle, Grand Funk Live, Jethro Tull, Boomtown Rats, Elvis Costello, Canned Heat, Product of the Street Enemies, Joni Mitchell, Black Rain soundtrack, the one and only genuine original family band, and Elton John, Single Man. Those are $9.99. Take it or leave it. All right, I've got an awesome crate of $19.99 stuff, but before there was a couple. Let me see what pressing this is first. I found some really good stuff back there. I found some really good stuff there. There's a couple, though, that definitely need to be pulled out. I'll do those for $19.99, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Where's that other stuff at, though? There's a couple I'm like, man, I hate to do these for... Is this that... I can't remember. Some of these are... Yeah, there's a couple in here that were like originally. I'll do that for $19.99 though. Yeah, I got to pull all these out. All right. So what did we have? We have John Stevens, EC. That's Elvis Costello. That's $9.99 to John Stevens. John Wilson said he'll take the Boomtown Rats for $9.99. Brent Rabley says he'll take the Canned Heat for $9.99. Find the 19. I did, since we've been making these bins, there's a couple artists we pull out. We pull out all the Elton John albums, we pull out all of the Beatles albums, and we pull out all of the Elvis albums, because that's a couple. I also do John Denver too, but we don't have as many as them on hand as we usually do. But so far, we filled up about 2/3 of a Beatles album, but most of them are most of them are Tony Sheridan's, bootlegs, and Wings albums. That's mostly what the band is. There's not any like really good original, we don't have any copies of Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper's, Abbey Road, all the stuff, the studio albums in any kind of condition, those are all gone. Okay, everything. Stephanie wants to know the tracks on Elton John, Single Man. Let me pull that for you right quick. Elton John, Single Man. Let's see. Shine On Through, Return to Paradise, I Don't Care, Big Dipper, It Ain't Gonna Be Easy, Part-Time Love, Georgia, Shooting Star Madness, Riveri, and Song for Guy. All these just fell over. Let me move them to a better location. And which is be in this crate right here. Okay, that leaves me to put up a new Japanese auction right quick. Let's do, speaking of Elton, let's do his, this will definitely show some interest. Actually, let me show this first. This is really cool. Never had this one. Apocalypse Now soundtrack, Japanese pressing. How cool. Never had this with a really cool obi on it. Apocalypse Now soundtrack. Very nice condition. Brando. Very, very nice. This is a $35 start. There's both inserts. There's the original inner sleeves. The vinyl is, are you ready? The vinyl is pristine. Pristine Japanese pressing of Apocalypse Now. That's a 2 LP with Obi. $35 start on that. Okay. Everything in here is $19.99. Pay close attention because they're going to go fast, and there's some amazing deals in here. First is Venom Black Metal. Venom is a 2005 Italy pressing on clear vinyl. That is marked down to $19.99. Venom. Next is David Allen Co. Compass Point. This is a white label promo, half off at $19.99. David Allen Co. Compass Point, $19.99. King Sunny Odd Day, maybe, and his African Beats Juju Music, now $19.99. That is in shrink wrap. Let me get it back in its sleeve. That is in shrink wrap, half off at $19.99. Mr. Welcome to the real world. That is marked down to $19.99. Jimi Hendrix, Mr. Pitiful. That is one of those mini odd Jimi Hendrix records. $19.99. That's on the Austin label. I think that's how you say that. $19.99. 2010, the year we made contact. This is a Kid Stuff record. This is sealed. $10 off at $19.99. 2010 is sealed. $19.99. Delaney and Bonnie on Friends or on tour with Eric Clapton. This is now just $19.99, and it's a very nice original yellow Atco label, $19.99. By the way, Kevin Kubina got Venom. Brent Rabley's at $35 on the Apocalypse Now soundtrack. That's going twice, going 3 times to him. I don't know how many of these we've had in our $19.99 bins, but we've sold every one of them. I bet if I would have put them all together, we had 7 copies of Retrospective, the best of Buffalo Springfield. They're all nice. I think most of them have all been US OGs. And it's great music. That's just $19.99. Let's see. Brent Rabley on Delaney and Bonnie. And Ed Nelson, You Were Second. This is the Chocolate Watch Band. This is a French pressing. I think it's some oddities and rarities. Chocolate Watch Band, Are You Gonna Be There? That is now $19.99. That's made in France. That was originally $34.99. Skids, Wide Open. Skids is now half off. 1978 pressing on red vinyl, just $19.99 on that. Rocky Erickson, Clear Night for Love, near mint copy. That is now just $19.99. Talk Show, The Go-Go's it's not in shrink wrap, it's sealed. A sealed copy. That's half off at $19.99. And Sham 69, that's life. Sham 69, that's life. Half off. 1978 UK pressing, $19.99. $19.99. All right, so we already pulled Delaney and Bonnie. Gerard was first to Chocolate Watch Band. Wayne Titsworth was second. Gary Hackett on Rocky. Gary Hackett was first on that. Belinda Daub on the Buffalo Springfield. That's sold to Belinda. We have Brent, you were second on Rocky. Jeff McMasters, you were first to the Go-Go's. And while we're in the middle of tagging, Brent, I can't believe it. You went unopposed on the Apocalypse Now soundtrack. $35. If no one was going to bid on that, that's going to be one of those that I would have kept. Sell that to Brent Rabley. Next is, let me find that. I was on the hunt for an Elton John. We have a greatest hits with no Obi. Here it is. We have an Obi-less Elton John's greatest hits, but the vinyl is pristine. Look at that. We'll start with the vinyl. Near mint. I don't know how many times I've listened to this, including the Japanese version. Your Song, Daniel, Honky Can't, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I mean, Rocket Man. Amazing. There is the lyric booklet, the Japanese press. There is the original inner sleeve, just like the U.S. version had. Nice cover, no Obi, $35 start for Elton John's greatest hits. Back to the 1999 stuff. Leslie, you were second on the Go-Go's. On the 8th day, this is 1999. This is on the cap label. On the 8th day is 1999. The Byrds' greatest hits. This was so nice. It's in shrink wrap. It's the later pressing, but it looks like it's just played once or twice. 1999 for the Byrds' greatest hits. In shrink wrap. Very nice. The Allman Brothers Band. Just $19.99. What the heck? And it's on the, not the original, but it is on that technically second, but still an early pressing on Capricorn. Unbelievable. $19.99. Josh Fry's at $35 on Elton John. Gerard wants the 8th day. Gerard wants the 8th day. And Brent Rabley got the Allman Brothers. James Gang, 16 greatest hits, 2 LPs, $10 off, now just $19.99. We've got Steel River, Weighing Heavy. Steel River is $19.99, Weighing Heavy. That was a 1970 pressing, originally $39.99. UFO, Strangers in the Night, more than half off, $19.99 for UFO. So Brent Rabley got Allman Brothers. Joe was next. Joe Sloop was third. Sherry was fourth. Greg was fifth. Stephanie's at 40 on Elton John. And then John Wilson on the James Gang. Jeff McMaster first to UFO. These are all $19.99. The official live Gentle Giant album. That is now just $19.99. We have the British Psychedelic Trip 1966 to 1969 compilation. A lot of this stuff is from the Atlanta collection that we've already shown. $19.99. We were talking about it last night. If y'all think these are great records, think about it. These are leftovers. Can you imagine what we have already sold that was in these crates originally? So that's what blows my mind. These are leftovers that we're having to put on sale. So if you're kind of watching for the first time or kind of new, can you imagine what we've already sold out of these collections? That's what's amazing. This is stuff we've already shown. It's not like I'm bringing this stuff out for the first time. So this is like pretty impressive leftovers in my opinion. So especially at these prices. So Jeff got UFO. Joe was second. John was third. John Wilson was third. Josh Fry is back in on the Elton John at 42. And then Stephanie's at 43. Tracks on Psychedelic. The actual name of this is called, if anybody wants to look it up, it's on C for Miles Records. C for Miles Records. I will do a sample track. So some of the artists are Turquoise, The Attack, Time Box, The Poets, 23rd Turnoff, World of Oz, Ice, End, Fairy Tale, Paul Ritchie, Turn Abbey, Virgin Sleep, Turquoise, Toby Twirl, Amazing Friendly Apple, excuse me, Turn Abbey, The Fire, The Files, and The Accent. And this is $19.99. John Young, you're first. Wayne, you were second if y'all decide you want that. And Leonard Skinner, one more from the road. Wish you had some CCR. I've shown a few tonight. I had some, we showed one earlier, and then we had some new vinyl. We had some couple new CCRs that were on sale. This is like EX. It has some weird, well, you'll see. The vinyl's kind of cloudy looking. but that's just $19.99 now. Elton John's at $47. All right, these I'm pretty firm at. If you've been kind of waiting for like, well, I'll get the leftovers at 15. These are some pretty good titles, so I'm like, maybe there's a couple of those oddities in there. Maybe I would do a little bit less, but everything in here is $19.99 for right now. Stephanie Harder wants Leonard Skinner, and Stephanie's at 47 on Elton John. So here's what's left. David Allen Coe Compass Point. That's a white label promo, $19.99. King Sunny Ade and his African Beats Juju Music. That is $19.99. Mr. Welcome to the Real World. That's got some hits on it. Jimi Hendrix, Mr. Pitiful. The Sealed 2010 on Kid Stuff label. Skids Wide Open. That's on red vinyl. Sham 69. That's $19.99. The Byrds Greatest Hits. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. Steel River Weighing Heavy, $19.99. We got the official live Gentle Giant album, $19.99. And the British Psychedelic Trip, that is $19.99. $19.99. Everything in there is $19.99. $19.99. We originally had $34.99 on this. I need to check that. It says Mono C66. Look at all this information. A lot of this information. $19.99. So, plus some of these kind of weird things like Ryan Sham 69. I have a feeling a lot of these, John probably had the Discogs, and he probably determined that this was selling for like, you know, somewhere in that ballpark. But there is some couple oddities in here. So like I said, let's see what everybody thinks, and then yeah, I mean, like there's a couple in here that I'd probably have to sell online, and I'd rather sell them to y'all than on Discogs. Josh Fry's at 50 on Elton John. Brent offered 12 for the Psych Oddity. Charlie offered 15. Ryan offered 15 for Sham. Stephanie's out on Elton John. Chasing Hart offered 15 for King Sunny. Robert Johnson says he wants the British Psychedelic album, and Army Lozelle offered 15 for Mr. All right, well, y'all have left me some options, I see. All right, so there's a couple I'll sell for 15. I'll sell the Sham 69 for 15. All right, so sell that to Ryan Anderson. We're going to sell the King Sunny, and I'll go ahead and do Mr. because it's quite common, but this is like a one-time deal, okay? Don't get used to that. That's Tommy Flowers and Arm Lozelle and Mr. So the psychedelic, this is like, I was thinking about saying I was going to keep this, but we have 3 offers, $12, $15, and $19.99. Brent, you can have it for $19.99. Charlie, you can have it for $19.99. If y'all two pass, then it goes to Robert Johnson. So somebody just let me know. All right, and here's what's left. Steel River, Gentle Giant, The Byrds, Skids, 2010, Hendrix, and David Allen Coe. I'm okay with keeping those if no one wants them for $19.99. Maybe that one other Strange record. Okay. I'll take it, but it's odd. Yeah. That's a good thing. Well, also, John and Wayne asked about it, but they never did. They never did say anything, so I'm assuming they were passing. John Wilson said $17.50 for the Byrds. We hadn't had a price like that all night, so sure. $17.50 for the Byrds. That's a nice copy. I think it's been played once or twice. I can't prove that, but that's my guess. Let's go ahead. Well, I need to do a final call. Elton John's at $50 with Josh Fry. Now, final call. Let me step to the back and get the $9.99 stuff, okay? So I went through one big bin and I made 3 different crates. I just got to go back there and get them. So let me take a crate with me. I'll be right back. Let me go get the $9.99 stuff. I wish I had another hour. I could make 6 more crates, but we don't have that kind of time, do we, Tanner? Alrighty, the end of the year is coming near. It is almost eve. It's almost eve of the new year. 2023. All right. $9.99 stuff. Let me show you a couple high-end, these are some I found that I can't quite do $19.99 on, but I need to show you, and then we can just do buy it now, best offer. The first are these Crosby, Stills, and Nash albums. I feel like I would lose sleep if I sold these for $19.99, but there are some nice copies. These were originally $34.99. These are $24.99. These are very nice copies of Deja Vu and CSN self-titled. Some of my favorite music right here. Nice OG copies, covers and vinyl. CSN, self-titled, and CSN and Young. Those are $24.99. People ask about them all the time. Those are kind of buried in the back in some crates. $24.99 on those. Wolves Council, are you watching? I think I found the Accept album you were looking for. Let me know if that's the one you were looking for. I think I just ran across that in the back. And this is such a nice Jethro Tull, Living in the Past. This is the first one we've had without condition notes on it. That one's also $10 off, $24.99. Then we have 3 high-end records that I found in these bins. We have Sop with Camel. That is $64.99. We have Research 1612 in Research. That's a 1968 pressing, $99.99. And we have Cowles, Taint Pluribus, Taint Unum. Cowles is from 1987. It is $129.99. Those are a few I found in the back. Cowles, Research, Sop with Camel. Those are all $64.99 and $129. Jethro Tull is $24.99. Sell this to Wolves Council. I told you we'd find it. Some people ask for records. It just takes us a couple of months. They get buried in crates, and it takes hours and hours to flip through them all. And Crosby, Stills, and Nash, those are $24.99 if anybody wants those. And those were $10 off. Okay, let's go ahead and sell Elton John to Josh Fry. That was $50. Let me get a new auction started before we get started in this crate. I think there was another Elton John in here. There is. It's his self-titled first album. No Obi on this one, but somebody asked earlier about colored vinyl. Take a look at this. This is the OG. This is the first press in Japan of Elton John's debut album. It's on red vinyl. Very nice. It took me forever to finally get a copy of this with an Obi. I think I paid on eBay with Obi. Luckily, I found a buy it now, and we went back and forth on some offers, but it took me forever. And plus, I was like, the guy was a record seller, so he knew how to grade, and he said it was pristine, of course. And it was. And I think I paid well over close to $150, I think, for mine. But there's no Obi on this one. Textured cover, Elton John. Vinyl is near mint. There's the cover. No wear, no corner dings. Very, very nice. This comes straight from Japan. There's the original book insert, and then there was an anti-static that was with it. This is Elton John's first album. This is an OG Japanese press on red vinyl. That is a $65 start. If you want to throw an Obi on there, it'll probably cost you about another $80. It's amazing how much that increases the value, but I think that's what I paid for mine. I just know it wasn't cheap. I'll have to go back and see. It took forever to find one, though. I like to put back UFO. Okay, so change Jeff McMaster's UFO to Joe Sloop. And Joe, if you're watching, please let me make sure that's okay with you. Everything in here is $9.99. We have An Evening with John Denver, 2LP. That is $9.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer in concert. That is in shrink wrap, half off at $9.99. John Denver is also half off at $9.99. Moody Blues Octave, $9.99. White Horse, this is sealed, was $29.99. White Horse, and there's a picture of a cow on the cover, $9.99. And Rappers Convention, that is now $9.99. And Shoot, Shoot is half off. What an interesting cover. That is now $9.99. And Poco, a good feeling to know. Poco is $9.99. And Jeff Beck Group Rough and Ready, that's half off at $9.99. And Straub's Ghost in shrink wrap, $9.99. Earth, Wind, and Fire, that's the way of the world, $9.99. The Grassroots, Leaving It All Behind, is $9.99. And Jerry Rafferty Owl, that's $9.99. The Birds, Farther Along, $9.99. Gary Hackett on Emerson, Lake and Palmer, sell that to Gary Hackett for $9.99. Josh Fry, The Rappers Convention is self-titled. Rappers Convention self-titled. Rappers Convention self-titled. Josh, please, I got to get with you on those boxes and sleeves. I saw a sticky note behind the counter late last night / early this morning. I've got to get with you on boxes and sleeves, especially for the first year, so we can start maybe getting some better prices on shipping materials and supplies. So if you don't hear from me soon, send me a reminder because it's on my long list of to-dos. Jeff McMaster got Earth, Wind, and Fire. John Wilson was second. Jeff McMaster on GF, that was Earth, Wind, Fire, and GF. The other GF was Birds. Okay, he got, thank you, Ed. So yeah, that's sold to Jeff McMaster. Any new CCR? I don't think I have any more now. There's none in our bins, and we just had a couple random ones pop up. I don't think I have any more right now. John Stevens on JD. I'm assuming that was for John Denver. And Rappers Convention is still available, and Jared McLaughlin wants the Straubs, unless Josh does want Rappers Convention. John Lennon, I did this one half off. It seems like we have 1 billion copies of this, which we do, and we sell 1 billion of them, so big album. This had, by the way, anytime you see, if you hadn't bought one of these yet, this is a good time because it's half off, but, you know, it has 2 pretty big songs on here, Beautiful Boy and Watching the Wheels, so, and Woman. Wow, Woman's on here too. No wonder he sold so many copies of this. Yeah, Watching the Wheels. People say I'm crazy doing what I'm doing. Well, they all give me all kinds of... Yeah, Woman's on here. Just Like Starting Over. I think that was another hit. So yeah, half off on that, $9.99. Sell that to Wayne. Wayne, you were first on that. Michael, you were second. G-Raff is called Night Owl. Is it called Night Owl? I've been calling it Owl. My bad. The Pit and the Pendulum. Ross, The Pit and the Pendulum. That's half off at $9.99. Argent, Ring of Hands, that's $9.99. And Emmett Rhodes, The American Dream. We had $34.99 on that. That's now $9.99. Pat Benatar, Get Nervous, $9.99. Pat Travers, Crash and Burn in shrink wrap, $9.99. And Jim Carroll Band, Dry Dreams, $9.99. Let me pause there. I got one on sale new LP. There is a catch. We sold one earlier on... let me go over here and check, see how many. Well, I might do something else different first, so there's no confusion on that. I want to remind everybody I do have these, though. Let me show this first. Let me retract what I was about to say. These are $10 off. These were now $39.99 if you don't have one already. Soundgarden, Super Unknown. They're $39.99. It is a 2LP remaster of Soundgarden's classic. Probably definitely their biggest commercial success. Let Me Down, My Way, Fell on Black Days, Black Hole Sun, Spoon Man. Great. Those are $39.99. If you don't have one of those already, highly recommend. It's a great pressing. Gatefold jacket. Those are $39.99. Soundgarden. I've just sold so many of them, and we still have so many of them. Those are $39.99. I'll show that one first. And I'll do something else in here in just a second. Right, Tanner? Josh Fry says he'll take the Rappers Convention. That's sold to Josh Fry, $9.99. Brandon Jackson on Jim Carroll. Sell that to Brandon Jackson. Dana Wright on Pat Benatar. John Wilson was next. And Jared McLaughlin wants Argent. Those are all sold. Everything in here, if you just joined us, is $9.99. Lena Lovich, Stateless. Lena is $9.99. The Hollies, Moving Fingers. This is $9.99. The Hollies. Peter Frampton and Peter Frampton. Peter Frampton's Camel and Peter Frampton, Where I Should Be. Those are both $9.99. Marshall Crenshaw, Field Day, that's $9.99. Walt Disney Sleeping Beauty, that is a VG Plus, now $9.99. REO Speedwagon, 9 Lives, that's a VG Plus at $9.99. And this is Stephen Stills 2 and Stephen Stills Self-Titled. These are both $9.99, half off. Stephen Stills Self-Titled and Stephen Stills 2. Was there a record of the Apocalyptic? We had the soundtrack to Apocalypse Now. That's already sold. By the way, if anybody wants the red vinyl, Elton John Self-Titled debut Japanese pressing, it is now a buy it now for $65 if anybody wants that. Elton John is $65 if anybody wants to buy it now on that. Greg Rogers wants a Soundgarden. Let me go over here and grab that. Greg Rogers wants a Soundgarden. Soundgarden. This is sold to Greg. If anybody else wants one, they're $39.99. I'll put that right here. John Stevens on LL. Let me get back to where I started here. That was Lena Lovitch to John Stevens, $9.99. Clay Moore wants the Hollies, $9.99. Leslie Holt on Sleeping Beauty. Sean David on REO Speedwagon. Dana, you were second on Lena, and Jared McLaughlin, you were next on the Hollies. Sleeves on sale. Not really. What do you need? 3 mil outers. Well, actually, they're $34.99 now, but if anybody still wants a pack, I'll do tonight $29.99. But yeah, there was like those are now $34 for a pack of 100, $34.99, and if you want a pack though, Dwayne, $29.99. Disembodied Operator. These are all $9.99. Captain and Tennille's Greatest Hits. Willie Nelson Angel Eyes. Present Tense Shoes. These are all $9.99. Andrea, The Sun Rays. Music from the original motion picture soundtrack, Earthquake. It's a Guitar World, Chet Atkins. Look at all those Gretsch guitars lined up. Gina Raven, and I Mean It. That's now $9.99. Toto, Turn Back. We have Fabulous Poodles. The Jags, Evening Standards. Colonization, New Colony 6. Heaven Help Us. Jefferson Starship. Have No More Fear, Joe Turner is here. And The Bosses, Joe Turner and Count Basie. We need 3 packs of outer sleeves at $29.99. John Wilson, Floyd Furman, Dwayne Sevilla, and Wayne Titsworth was first of the New Colony 6. Derek Paris, you were second. That's $9.99. All right, Brent Rabley wants Joe Turner. Sell that to Brent Rabley, $9.99. Robert Johnson wants The Bosses, $9.99. And we have, never mind. Well, I guess that's true. Brent said Joe, both. They're both Joe Turner. So actually, Brent gets both of those. Robert, you would have been second. And Eric Wayne, you would have been third. All right, let me go through these one more time. Everything in here is $9.99. Greg Rogers also wants a pack of outer sleeves. So that's 4 packs we need now. A couple reminders of some stuff I have on sale. I'm down to 2 copies of the Michael Jackson Thriller, Mobile Fidelity 1-Step. On sale price, $89.99. That is technically, well, I had them at $114.99. So that is $89.99. $89.99. Charlie DeFrank wants Chet Atkins. Chet Atkins. Let me find that. Chet Atkins. Charlie DeFrank. Okay. Everything in here is $9.99. We have Moody Blues Octave. Moody Blues Octave. White Horse was sealed. Very strange record. Shoot on the Frontier. Poco, A Good Feeling to Know. Jeff Beck, Rough and Ready. That's now $9.99. The Grassroots, Leaving It All Behind. The Birds, Farther Along. The Pit and the Pendulum, Ross. Emmett Rhodes. Pat Travers, Crash and Burn. Peter Frampton, Peter Frampton's Camel. Marshall Crenshaw, Stephen Stills 2, Stephen Stills. Disembodied Operator. Captain and Tennille's Greatest Hits. Present Tense Shoes. Willie Nelson, Angel Eyes. Andrea, Sun Rays. Earthquake soundtrack. Gina Raven. Toto. Fabulous Poodles. The Jags. Heaven Help Us, original motion picture soundtrack. I didn't even notice that. That's a soundtrack. Martha Reeves, Marvin Gaye, Little Richard, Four Tops, Otis Redding, My Girl, The Temptations. That's some good Motown music. Heaven Help Us soundtrack and Jefferson Starship Earth. Those are all $9.99. Let's flip. What am I trying to say, Ed?
Flip through.
Let's flip through. Thank you, Ed.
Not too late yet.
No. John Wilson wants to Heaven Help Us. Sell that to John Wilson. Brandon Jackson on DIS. 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 That's what I'm trying to find out. What is that, Brandon? You thrown me a curveball and I've swung and missed. Ah, disembodied. Gotcha. Sell that to Brandon Jackson for $9.99. And Wolves Council, or excuse me, Leslie, we've already sold the, I'm pretty sure we already sold the African Juju record. Or have we? Yeah, I've already sold that. So, Wolves Council on Just Earth. There's Earthquake. My mind is trying to figure out these cryptic comments. Jefferson Starship. Earth? JS Earth. Okay, yeah. So Wolves Council gets that. Let's sell John Wilson Toto for $7, and let's sell Dana the White Horse for $7. Okay. What I was trying to say earlier. Sorry, it's been my brain has got to the point of night where I'm making a lot of mistakes. Let's flip through the new Japanese stuff for tonight. That means new stuff that we've never shown, such as the crate I just pulled, the Elton John. Let's flip through. Keep in mind, it's new arrivals, and it's a lot of stuff that you can get at sticker, and we don't have to auction. So they're new arrivals, but we'll flip through them. Sell Debbie Grassroots for $7. But yeah, let's go through that stuff. New Japanese arrivals for tonight. Let me lay this stuff up here. By the way, does anybody earlier that I hadn't already made a deal with you on a box set, were you interested? You know, if I hadn't already replied to you, that feed kind of blew up, or that post, I was like, yeah, I'll post about these box sets, and I bet maybe if I can sell one or two, it'd be great. And then I think earlier it had almost like, well, when I woke up, it had 154 comments. Of course, I was sending a lot of pictures and replying to people. See, this is supposed to be auction records for $12.30, but we do have them stickered, so take advantage. I'll be reading you the sticker price, or probably like starting prices, and you can buy them for that instead of them going for auction. Jared McLaughlin on shoes. So these are new Japanese arrivals that were intended to be auctioned tonight. We have Cheap Trick one-on-one. I don't think I had that one before. Nice copy, near mint, $44.99, complete with Obi. We've got Chicago 16, $34.99. Near mint with Obi, Chicago 16. Bruce Springsteen, hadn't had that one in a while. Born in the USA, near mint with Obi and inserts, $49.99. Hall & Oates H2O, $39.99 with Obi. We sold one of those last night. The Beatles, this is 67 to 70. By the way, I got to ask Seth. I asked him to get those. Do you know if he did that? The wait list for these? I don't know. I'll have to find out. This is blue vinyl. It's only $69.99 because the cover has some wear. Great price if you don't mind a little bit of shelf wear on the cover. Has the Obi, but this is the blue vinyl version. Near mint vinyl, pristine. It's only $69.99. Sell that to Gerard. But the other night, I had an entire crate of the blues and the reds and other Beatles, and there were people wanting a complete set of the 62 to 66 and the 67 to 70. We are in the process of doing that. I think Seth got them ready, though, because I asked him, could he go through each one and maybe even, like, take stuff out to make a complete one. So I don't know if he did that. I'll have to find out. Fabulous Poodles for $6. Let me see what I've got in here, Brent. Shoot, did somebody offer? Actually, you know what? Which record did you tag for Jared? because I pulled out the wrong record, I think. Right. So let me see that. Or, yeah, I messed up that. So Fabulous Poodles, we're going to sell that to Brent for $6. And Jared, I accidentally pulled that for you. I'm glad I caught that because Shoes is the one you wanted. So sell him Shoes for $7 and sell Brent Poodles for $6. Gerard got the Beatles Blue album. Hotel California. This has the poster with it, $59.99. We auctioned one of those off the other night. Bon Jovi, his self-titled first album, $59.99. Take advantage of that before it goes to auction. Kansas Audio Visions. I don't know if I've had this one before. Obi, $39.99 for Kansas. The Blow Monkeys, interesting, $39.99. The Blow Monkeys, she was only a grocer's daughter. That is $39.99 with the Obi. The Beach Boys, this is one of their, I think this is just self-titled. It is, The Beach Boys, $39.99. Michael Schenker Group is $44.99. And Night Ranger 7 Wishes, $39.99 with Obi. We auctioned off a Night Ranger earlier tonight for much more than that. Randy Davis on Hotel California, sell that to Randy. Let's see, Leslie said she'd get $55 for the Elton John Red Vinyl OG. Sell that to Leslie for $55. And Brent Rabley wants John Bon Jovi. If I try to say his full name, it's just not going to work. Sell that to Brent Rabley. All right, Deep Purple, the very best of Deep Purple, Deepest Purple, $49.99. Near Mint Deep Purple compilation. The Beatles Love Songs, really nice set here. This one looks nice. Obi has the book, the inserts, Japanese inserts, $69.99. That's another awesome Beatles compilation. The Beatles, 20 original tracks, Beatles Ballads. That one's $59.99. And Hendrix in the West. Jimi Hendrix in the West, $69.99. Gerard wants the, he's picking up all the good Beatles comps. Wham! Fantastic, $49.99. That's in shrink wrap with Obi. Another copy of Aerosmith Rocks. This one is pristine. The other one we had earlier was EX. That one's $59.99. The Beatles Greatest. This has some cover wear. Has some of those foxing spots. That's only $39.99. And Meet the Beatles, Apple pressing with Obi, $49.99. $49.99. Heart, self-titled. That is $44.99. Foreigner, I don't know. I should have put this up for auction. It is an EX condition though. Double Vision, just $34.99. EX condition, so it may have a couple of very minute marks on the vinyl. Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. This one's also EX, $39.99. Magical Mystery Tour. This is a VG Plus. That's why it's $39.99 and not $69.99. It's got some damage to the Obi too. And Wings Over America. This is also VG Plus EX, just $34.99. And I don't know, have we ever had a Japanese Uriah Heep? This is the best of Uriah Heep, Japanese, but this is also a VG Plus, $29.99. $29.99. H2O condition and contents for Steve Botsford. Near Mint, aka Pristine. Cover, Obi. Very nice cover. Very nice Obi. It does have the Japanese insert with it. Lyrics, English and Japanese. And the vinyl is pristine, Steve. All right, and Gerard wants Wings Over America. Let's go through those one more time. These are all new arrivals from the Japanese bin. Greg Rogers wants MMT. That's Magical Mystery Tour. That's sold to Greg. These are all new Japanese arrivals that we are doing at Sticker. Let me go through them one more time. My lips are very chapped. All right, let's start from the back. We have the following records. Cheap Trick, one-on-one, $44.99. Chicago 16 is $34.99. Bruce Springsteen, $49.99. Kansas is $39.99. Actually, let me just read titles and you can tell me if you are interested. The Blow Monkeys, The Beach Boys, Michael Schenker Group, Night Ranger, Deep Purple, The Beatles Ballads, Jimi Hendrix, Wham, Aerosmith, The Beatles, Heart, Foreigner, Clapton, and Uriah Heep. The tracks, Wayne, are Easy Living, The Wizard, Sleep Lorraine, Stealing, Suicidal Man, Return to Fantasy, Gypsy, Bird of Prey, July Morning, and Look at Yourself. That's a VG Plus. That is $29.99. Scott Smith wants Michael Schenker Group. Sell that to Scott Smith. Anybody else before I grab a crate of... I'm going to go through this crate of new vinyl right here, I think. Yeah, let me go through this one because it has some albums by an artist called REM. What's the price? Hall & Oates was $39.99, Steve. I hadn't shown these in a while. Actually, if anybody's interested, Heart was near mint all the way around, David. If anybody's interested in some high-quality sleeves, I've got one pack left of MoFi outer sleeves. This is a 50-pack, $24.99. Those are 4 mil from MoFi, Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. $24.99. $24.99 for those. Okay, this is all new vinyl at sticker price. New arrival, or not new arrivals, but new vinyl, fairly new stuff. There may be, yeah, we'll see. I doubt there's really anything in here I'm going to discount. Deep Purple is $49.99, Luke. All right, here's a couple REM titles we are almost sold out of. REM Out of Time. If you hadn't got one already, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left, and I checked the other day, and all this stuff was back out of stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 copies of REM Out of Time, and I've got 3 copies of REM Green left, and that's the 25th anniversary. Inners. What kind of inners do we have in stock? I can go grab some, but give me 1 second, Kevin. Rob Zombie, Hellbelly Deluxe. That's my last 2 copies. Those are $39.99. John Wilson wants REM Green. I've also got in stock from Analog Productions, $49.99. This is Steppenwolf, their greatest hits. This is all analog, $49.99, and that is the 2LP 45 RPM. Let me see what we got in stock. I've got like 3 different brands of inner sleeves. I don't know if I have MoFi. Record dividers, did I put those behind the counter somewhere? I thought I laid them somewhere. I meant to grab them for the sale. I don't see them though. I don't know what I did with them. Yeah, the pack. There was 2 extra packs that I ordered to show again because we were so successful selling the other ones. I have no idea what I did with them. I had 2 extras. I thought I put them like up there in the on the counter, but I have no idea. Okay, where did I get to over here? Okay, there's our inner sleeves. John Wilson got REM Green. Nathan Myers, REM Green is $36.99. Leslie wants a copy. Charles, they're $36.99. I have 1 copy left of Green. Nathan may get it. Charles, you're second. And then this is REM Out of Time. Kevin, I just showed some outer. These are MoFi outer sleeves. MoFi outer sleeves. Those are $24.99 for a pack of 50. Then I have, let me show those last. I've got 3 different brands of inner sleeves. I've got Sound Sleeves. I like these. This is what I use. This and Big Fudge. $23.99. MoFi brand. That is MoFi inner sleeves. MoFi inner sleeves. That's $29.99. And Premium Big Fudge, $23.99. So I've got 3 brands. Actually, I got another one back there. And then, if anybody's interested in some Gates Fold, the Gatefold sleeves are $21.99. 3 mil. These are for Gatefolds. Pack of 25, $21.99. So if you need some supplies, there's the hookup. Gatefolds, $21.99. Big Fudge Inner, $23.99. MoFi Inner, $29.99. Sound Sleeves Inner, $23.99. MoFi Outer, $24.99. And Nathan Myers wants REM Green. Sell that to Nathan Myers. All right, so lots of stuff here for a second. There's Nathan Myers REM Green. Let's sell Steve Botsford Hall & Oates for $30. And Kevin Squires wants the MoFi inner sleeves. I got you. I have like 3 factory cases full of these if anybody wants any more. I've got a bunch of them. They're everywhere. So, next is, what was I about to show or tell? I kind of forgot. I have no idea. Okay. Next is the 80s Collected Volume 2, $44.99. The 80s Collected Volume 2. MoFi Outers, they're 4 mil. MoFi Outers are 4 mil. The Avatar soundtrack, music from the motion picture. This is for Music on Vinyl. Includes 6-page book. Avatar, music from the motion picture, $44.99. Electric Mud, Muddy Waters, Electric Mud, $39.99. White vinyl. The White Stripes Greatest Hits, $36.99. The Cranberries, everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? 25th Anniversary Abbey Road Remaster, $31.99. Queen, Innuendo is $36.99. Another copy of the Cranberries. I think there's another copy right here. And we have Dolly's Newest Hits compilation, which is Dolly, Diamonds, and Rhinestones Greatest Hits, $44.99. Kevin also wants a pack of outer sleeves from MoFi. You got it. Happy New Year, Doug. Hope you have a very, very good 2023. John Wilson on 80s Volume 2. Sell that to John Wilson. 80s Collected Volume 2. And Chris Crowley wants Muddy Waters Electric Mud. Sell that to Chris Crowley. Dolly was $44.99. I have Pantera Vulgar Display of Power. These came back in stock last week. Get them while you can. $36.99. This is the 2 LP version. This is the 2 LP version. I think most people prefer for sound quality. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. 3 copies available for $36.99. 4 copies available. Slayer, Seasons of Abyss. $38.99 for Slayer. Seasons in the Abyss. $38.99 for Slayer. Charlie Brown, Peppermint Vinyl. $28.99. Christmas Charlie Brown. Pink Floyd, The Division Bell, $49.99. Metallica, S&M, $59.99. And I've got 2 copies left of Suicidal Tendencies, Join the Army. $38.99 for Suicidal Tendencies, Join the Army. One quick recap of everything left in that bin. REM, Out of Time, $36.99. Rob Zombie, $39.99. The Analog Production, Steppenwolf, $49.99. Avatar, $44. White Stripes Greatest Hits. Cranberries, it's got some of their hits on it. Queen, Innuendo, The Dolly Comp, Pantera, Iron Maiden, and Slayer, Pink Floyd, Metallica, and Suicidal Tendencies. Any more U2 80 to 90? Tanner's he's already on top of it. Yes, U2 1980 to 1990. This is a new release or new restock for this week. $44.99. And yes, somebody asked about that's what I was going to say, dividers. RM Lozelle, yes, if you ordered dividers for us, they will be on your invoice. U2 is $44.99. Pantera is $36.99. Pantera is $36.99. This is Bubby Mercer's now. How many tracks on the White Stripes? The White Stripes Greatest Hits has a total of a bunch, 26 tracks. 26 tracks, $36.99. That's a 2 LP. Also $36.99. All right, let's see here. 1:45 It's almost New Year's Eve here in Central Time. I had another Stone Temple Pilots. It's the same album I've already shown. It's just on colored vinyl, and it was going to be $5 more, but I was just going to say you can't redact your. If you've already bought one, what I'm saying is I figured if I showed this one, everyone's like, I'll take this one instead. So what I was going to say is I'll show it if anybody wants one. But if you've already got a black vinyl, please don't ask to put it back so you can get this one is what I'm asking. So Leslie Holt said sold on White Stripes. And we have Leslie Holt, or we have Scott Smith, Suicidal Tendencies is $38.99. I've had this happen before. I show 2 albums and then people want to swap them. So what I'm saying is if you want the black vinyl, you can take both. I'm not opposed to you buying both, but this is the only inventory I have left of Stone Temple Pilots core, and these are on red vinyl. If anybody wants these, $24.99. Stone Temple Pilots core, $24.99. $24.99. Scott Smith said sold on suicidal tendencies. We may end the year with me selling out of all of our Stone Temple Pilots records. So now if you want one on the red splatter, this, by the way, the color of this looks amazing. It's like red and black, and it's really, really amazing. So yes, Josh, you got two earlier because somebody who claimed one earlier, someone who claimed one earlier, yeah, we couldn't sell her one, so you got hers in the meantime. Okay, best price. Can I get a Tom Petty American Treasures box set so I could check that? Would you do 20 on both those Crosby, Stills, and Nash records? Are you asking 20 and 20? If you mean $40 for both of them, yes. Nicole Toner wants an STP. Yeah, $24.99 for this one on the colored vinyl. Michael, did I miss something? STP Core 4LP box set from the night for $79.99 on Tuesday. I think he means this one right here. Let me get that. Let's see, that would be 20% off. I guess I'll do that. All right. Okay, so he is saying he wants this. Michael, I'm going to sell this to you. Michael Corbel. That's sold to you for $79.99. Michael Swanger, Happy New Year. We will send you an invoice via email on Monday. Thank you. Greg, I've got the Tom Petty box here in front of me. Give me 1 second. Nicole got an STP. Luke wants an STP. And Brent Rabley wants 2 STPs. He wants Heart and Cheap Trick Japanese 105. Let me pull those for him. Heart and Cheap Trick 105. That was Heart. That's the wrong crate, isn't it? No, that's it right there. Heart and Cheap Trick. Where was Heart at? Deep Purple, Clapton. There's Heart. All right, and we're going to sell these to Brent for $105. Thank you. Anybody else want a $24.99 colored vinyl? I have sold these on eBay before as much as like $88. Not a joke. I've sold those as much as, we had one sell at auction one time. It hadn't been this year. Hadn't been in 2022, but this is a pretty sought after thing after it goes out of production until Walmart makes more of them. By the way, as far as sound quality, those are pressed at the same place. It's just that they throw on splatter wax instead. So, oh, Deep Purple too. I left that one out. Yeah, Deep Purple. Deep Purple too. I left that one out. Okay, Greg, your Tom Petty box set. We had this. We haven't had it too long. October. Let me do some math here. I will do $135 on it. That's $20 off. Tom Petty and American Treasure. Career spanning collection, 60 tracks on 6 LPs, 48-page book. This is a $154.99. I'll do $135 on it. Steve Botsford also wants an STP. Now we're getting low stock. STPs are $24.99. The Walmart colored vinyl, $24.99 on those. Steve, there it is for you. I'm putting it over here on top of Brent's Deep Purple. Okay, anybody else? I know we had some people interested in some Zeppelin box sets, Rush box sets, Soundgarden. Now's the time before we start wrapping this show up. Any requests? Do y'all want to see maybe one more bin of new vinyl titles you've never seen? Very quickly, what's over here? Kiss, Ramones, Shania, Rage, Train, Post Malone, Ozzy, Yacht Rock. I can go through a very, very fast bin of vintage. I don't know. We can do one more very, very quick. Puzzles. Jerry, let me read you off the titles I have. That's only a handful. David Bowie. Then, of course, I've got a collection of Iron Maidens. Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, Kiss, AC/DC, Queen, and then all the Aussies. So David Bowie, if you want to maybe, I can show you some of these. David Bowie, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Queen, Pantera, and then all the Aussies. Let's see what I've missed here. Floyd, Beastie Boys, Check Your Head, 100. What did I have on that? 125. We're gonna go ahead and sell that to Floyd for $100. Brent said, want to know if you have Eric Carmen. No, that's sold. That's sold, Debbie. Thanks, Chad, for memorabilia. Hope you and crew safe. Yes, thanks. Same to you. The show's not over yet. Not everybody go everywhere or go anywhere. Beastie Boys, yeah. Mark Floyd, that is in the office. So we just need to make a note to find that. That's in the office. Floyd, I'm going to sell that to you. Vintage, Ramones, Fast Crate, STP Core. STP and Michael Jackson, Pete. What was Michael Jackson? I have STP Core, but I'm not for sure what Michael Jackson was. End of the year bundle, Beatles, Masters, and Half Speed Wings for $50. What was the Half Speed Wings? What was that? Do you have Iron Maiden with a pyramid? No, that is Power Slave. No, that is Power Slave. No, let me check, Kenny. By the way, thank you to the Bells for my Monster. I was drinking on that during the break. I heard that the Bells came visited from Florida. They were in the shop today. Of course, I was not, but thanks and thank you for the Monster to the Bells. Power Slave. I do not have Power Slave. No. Hey, let me put this Grateful Dead on sale. Man, I see so much more stuff I could have. We always have next week, right, Tanner? This isn't the end. This isn't the end of Coletco. This is the end of the week. Okay, I've got two Grateful Dead, the very best of. I will do $30 off these. I repeat, these were originally $79.99. I'll do these for $49.99. This is Grateful Dead, the best of Grateful Dead. This is 2LP from Friday Music. Okay, I got some stuff to figure out. I've got a lot of comments to go through because we had a lot of questions and stuff in there. Okay, so we had Debbie. Let me start from the top and kind of go through these. Debbie, I sold Eric Carmen. We got Floyd's Beastie Boys box set for $100. I'll see if Jerry wants to see those puzzles. Craig, I don't have any more copies of Adrenalize, but if you want me to get you a copy, I will. Ryan Anderson, we have several Ramones albums. They're all new and sealed. But we have self-titled, we have a live album, and I think we have another one. If you're interested, let me know. Okay, then I need to pull a couple STPs. Let me do that. We have Ryan Anderson on STP Core. That is sold to Ryan Anderson, or excuse me, Josh Fry. Josh Fry got an STP Core for $24.99. And then Pete C. Pete, I still don't know how to say your last name. Pete wanted a Michael Jackson for $89.99. Andy wanted a Stone Temple Pilots for $24.99. Okay, Scott wanted to see some of the new vinyl, which I may have to get to because Charlie DeFrank, he's wanting a Past Masters and Beatles. I had marked down, I can do that one for sure. If I have one Wings left, it was 20. Past Masters is for sure 50, so that's 70. Charlie, I'll sell you both of those for $65. Masters and Half Speed Wings, $65. Kenny, I don't have Iron Maiden. Post Malone, I have Stoney. The David Bowie puzzles, Josh, it is Hunky Dory, and I have Ozzy's. BBC Sessions, Luke Mitchell is $199.99. Japan box set info. It's called Quiet Life. It's $69.99. Grateful Dead's. These are $49.99. These are sold to Brian and John Wilson. Grateful Dead's $49.99. Brian and John Wilson. Let's see. Lillian, you were third. Do you have Metallica S&M 2? I don't think I do. Hey, Ed, way over there, do you care to grab that Japan Quiet Life box set? Dead is already sold. Any other Doors box sets? No, we just got the 7-inch. Okay, now let me find that Wings and something else. There's Tom Petty. I've got stuff everywhere. Final call for warrants before I make a final post or maybe close this down for the year. Warrant Cherry Pie, $49.99. Japan Quiet Life is a half-speed remaster, the classic album with 3 CDs and 24-page book. That is $64.99. $64.99. Warrant Cherry Pies, and of course Tyler Childers. Let me lay those somewhere. Let me put those right there. All right, there's the supplies. Let me put those right there. New vinyl. Okay, yeah, here this is. Let me move this crate though. Floyd, Pantera is sticker. Pantera is sticker. Okay. Yeah, we got Red Barn Radio back in stock, $26.99 for Tyler Childers Red Barn Radio. I've got Live Throwing Copper for $36.99. I've got Deftones Self-Titled for $29.99. I have ELO, the very best of 2LP, $39.99. The Beatles Past Masters, Charlie may end up wanting that. And Black Sabbath Paranoid, $29.99. So Black Sabbath Paranoid, ELO, very best of, Deftones, Live, and lots of Tyler. And what else do we have over here? That's pretty much it for a new vinyl that came in today. Then all the Black Sabbath albums from earlier. So Scott Smith wants the Deftones. And did I miss anything else? Soundgarden 4LP box to Dwayne Sevilla. Dwayne, I sold one earlier, I think, to somebody for $79.99. $79. I'm pretty sure there's one I got to pull, and that means I have one left. I have to figure all this out after the sale. There's people still asking best prices as of like 3 minutes ago. So people in our group that's not watching the feed. So Scott Smith got Deftones, and did Brent Michael come in? No, I don't think that's due out for another week or two. Okay, and make sure I didn't miss anything else. Can I get all 3 versions of The Song Remains the Same? That's the most complicated box set to sell because I have 3 versions. It's not in print any other way, and it makes it very complicated. Brent Rabley said Dead times 2. If that was on the Grateful Dead Greatest Hits, we've already sold that. All right, I told somebody earlier, I have a Japanese version that I would do 20% off. Who asked about this? Chris Gornsey. All right, so the Japanese version, I said I'd do 20% off. That is $187.99. That is a Japanese pressing of 180 gram remaster. Song Remains the Same. $187.99. Then we have a deluxe version. The deluxe version of that, I hadn't had that too long, I don't think, that last one there. $179. I will do $155 on this. So $155 on that. That's the cheapest one. And then, if you want the super duper deluxe, this has more stuff, more music, more everything, more DVDs, more CDs. This is just vinyl, the one I said for $155. And then the one that's $299, I guess because I really want to sell it. Let me do some calculations here. Yeah, $250 on the Super Deluxe. So $250 on the Super Deluxe, $155 on the Deluxe, and whatever I said, $87.99 on the, this is the Deluxe Japanese. Deluxe Japanese. So this is the 30-something odd dollars, and you can have the Japanese version. Jerry Stone wants Trooper and Ultimate Sin puzzles. I've got those pulled for you. Trooper and Ultimate Sin. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. If anybody else, we have more Troopers if anybody else is interested, and we have Ultimate Sin. BBC Sessions was originally $199. I'm not in as big a hurry to sell those because those are albums that aren't in any kind of smaller package, so everybody else always needs them. Yeah, those were $215. And I've already sold one. I'm selling those and the last copy of How the West Was Won for $199.99. Luke, $199.99 on those. As of right now. As of right now. Randy says, I'll take the $250 one. All right, so Randy wants the Super Deluxe. Chris, if you do want one of those other ones, let me know. That's sold to Randy for $250. The Japanese was $187.99. Hey, we finally sold a... Everybody needs this because, one more time, I will remind you, Led Zeppelin has never pressed this in their reissue campaign as just like a standard gatefold like Led Zeppelin 2 or the mini House of the Holy. This is the cheapest, most compact reissue of Song Remains the Same you can buy. It's a very tough album in people's collection because the US versions are always beat up. We auction off the nice Japanese, and those are around like 70, 80, sometimes more than 100. And then this one is still $155, but it is 4 LPs, and like based on current cost, plus you get a book, you get a 28-page book with it, so that's why it's $155, and that's my last. This is my last one. We had like 3 of these at Christmas times, but I think a lot of people, we had 3 or 4 of just this one. So Stephanie wants this one. Let me make sure Chris doesn't want it. Chris, if you don't want it, that's going to be sold to Stephanie, and that's the only other one I have. And then I have the Japanese version. So let me know, Chris. Anybody else that I didn't get to on anything? Did I miss anybody's comment? You can send it again. So let me know if I missed anybody's comment. Petty Box and ELO's Greatest Hits for $155. I think I said $135 on that. ELO, Greg, I just got it in. $135 and $165. $165, and I'll do that. I'll consider this sticker, and I'm marking that down a little bit more. $165 for both of them. He says he passes. So sell that to Stephanie for $155. So that leaves me with 1 pressing of Led Zeppelin Song Remains the Same, Japanese. If anybody wants that, it froze. How much? Oh, yes. Greta Van Fleet, can I get one? I have 2 Greta Van Fleet albums in stock. I have Battle of the Garden. First, what was I about to pull? Post Malone Stoney. That was right over here. Let me do that. Post Malone Stoney. Stoney is $49.99. Post Malone Stoney, that is $49.99. John Wilson wants a copy of Purgatory. Greg says sold $165. All right, those are sold. And now I got to show Greta's. He wants a Battle at Gardens Gate. Right there. Let me show that in case anybody else. Yeah, this was a big deal. These came in just a couple days before Christmas. Back in stock, indie exclusive white vinyl, $44.99 for Greta Van Fleet, Battle at the Gardens Gate. This is sold to Nathaniel Haynes. Greg got that lot for $165. John Wilson needs a copy of Purgatory. If anybody wants Purgatory, they are $26.99. Tyler Childers, Purgatory. We also have Red Barn, his newest album, and we have a wait list for Long Violent History. Those are back in stock today. Yes, Jerry, your Foo Fighters came in. I announced that earlier this week. Also, someone offered $40, or they either offered $20. I can't remember. Somebody offered $20 for these, and if that was for each, then yes, but I'm not for sure. All right, I think we're at the end of the road for 2 reasons. Could we keep selling? Absolutely. Do we have a lot of stuff to clean up, and is it already midnight? Yes, it is. So, no sale tomorrow night. Will I be posting stuff? Yes. Probably pre-orders, because I don't want to post anything else for sale, because after tonight, we are going to close out all of our tickets, and we can't add anything else because we already have 1 billion records sold. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Happy New Year. This will be the last time I'll be here live in this year, and then we'll be in a whole new year. And as you see, we still have plenty to sell. Or is everybody sure you don't? Does anybody need the last Michael Jackson Thriller 1-step? If we could sell out of this, it would make me so happy. Does anybody want to complete my night? Last copy. What an amazing album. And this is probably about, for the money, a great sounding record. One of the last, it is the last one. Yeah, it's the last one. But yes, Happy New Year. Lots of pre-orders. As I said earlier, when everybody was watching, when I feel like most people were watching, thanks. And, you know, we had a great year. We'll be back doing this. I feel like we're wrapping up something big here, which we are. It's the end of the year, but we'll be right back Monday doing this all over again. More on sale crates, more all kinds of stuff. So Luke Mitchell said he'll take it. Thank you, Luke Mitchell. You have completed my 2000. I am now sold out of almost all MoFi 1-steps, except for Janis Joplin and Muddy Waters. I've only got 2 1-steps left, and those are ones I'm thinking about. I think I already got Pearl, but I was thinking about keeping Muddy Waters too. So Debbie said she'll take CSNY for $20. Well, we'll go ahead and sell that too. I pulled these out to intentionally not sell them for 20, and now here I am selling them for 20. So I still have CSN if anybody wants that. All right, Muddy Waters. We have Muddy Waters, Folk Singer. No, what's that one step called? The Muddy Waters over there, Folk Singer. What's that one called, Ed? Two people have asked how much. Can I just see that right quick? We can sell out of one steps tonight very quickly here in the last moments. We got Janis Joplin Pearl, and there's a Muddy Waters something. What's it called? What's it called? Just when I thought I was out, you keep pulling me back in. Men at Work MoFi did not come in. No, it did not. Yeah, let me see those. Let me see those. I have a feeling we're about to make a deal with somebody. Folk Singer. That's what it's called. It is $169.99. Original master recording. Muddy Waters Folk Singer. One step from MoFi. Hey, this is 3,400 of 10,000. That is $169.99. Muddy Waters Folk Singer. One step box. New and sealed. And we have Janis Joplin Pearl. That is not stickered. That is $139.99. $139.99 for Pearl. That's my last copy. I actually had, I sold like, I forgot how many. I sold several of these to one person. He bought like 3 or 4 of what I had left, maybe 5. Alice Patal, the Al-Dab, is in stock. Yes. 20% off. $169.99. 20% off would be $135.99. Sell this to Brent Rabley for $135.99. And Scott, you were second asking about that. And Janis Joplin Pearl, $139.99 on that one. See how fast that was? Now we have one step left. Scott said he'd give $110 for Pearl. We now have 0 one-steps left. I don't think there's any more MoFi box sets over there except the LPs we have. Yep, they're all out of the office. They're all out of the office. Alice Coltrane is $36.99, Luke. $36.99. I feel like we sold a lot today. I feel like we sold a lot today or tonight. What do you think, Tanner? Tanner said we sold a lot. I think I had a sales amount in mind, goal to finish the year and finish the day and week, and I think I met it tonight. So thanks everybody. If not, I'll make a post after the sale and sell something really cheap to get to where I need to. So, which I might do after I add everything up. I have nightly sales goals in case y'all probably hadn't already noticed that. Sometimes prices start getting cheaper, and I'm like, okay, I have a feeling I need to sell more. So, not looking forward to my Monday invoice. Greg, you're still under 500 probably. You're in good shape. Okay, anything else? If I keep mentioning stuff, it might perk interest, so I better stop. I feel like I bought a lot driving home from work. Wow. Scott's usually buying at work, buying driving home, buying when he gets home. That's great. Let's see. Trying to get cheaper than Amazon and get from you. $27. Well, I've told people before, it's I need that other Greta. We pretty much can't compete with Amazon. I try my best, but some titles, about the best way we can compete with Amazon is on the limited stuff. Like they didn't get any warrants. I'm pretty sure they canceled everybody's pre-order. We've had so many new customers who came to me and said, just people randomly messaged our page throughout the Facebook network. People found out we had all these warrant cherry pies, and people still message us. And but yeah, it's hard for us to compete with Amazon. I will do $30 on that, Luke. $30. That is $7 off sticker, and that's getting very close probably to my cost. But I will sell that to you for $30. Jason, is this the Greta Van Fleet you need for $36.99? Basie Bundle. I've already sold those. If you find any Halloween or Man of War, make a post. I do have some, so I need to do that. You looking for U2 War on new vinyl? That is not available. U2 War is not available on new vinyl. Jason Kenton said, yep. Anybody else need From the Fires? $36.99. Greta Van Fleet. Luke says Alice Coltrane sold. Yeah, so sometimes Amazon, it's just ridiculous. They put a hurting on small businesses. They sell stuff below what we pay for it. It's just ridiculous. But I think hopefully most people know if you're wanting to shop with small business, you can pay a few more dollars and you can see directly who it's influencing. Me and Tanner and Josh and Ed and Seth and my mom and John and Doug and anybody else I forgot. That's Jason Kenton's sticker. So, no, he already got one? Oh, okay, my bad. So, Alice Coltrane, thank you, Luke. Craig, I don't have Adrenalize. You must have missed it earlier. I don't have Adrenalize, but I have you on a waiting list if you want one. So, Tanner says, Craig, you are on a waiting list if you want one. All right, we only have 300 billion records to put up. I got to take some pictures. I got to take some pictures of all this stuff, and I'll post it either tomorrow or tonight, thanking everybody for the great year and this amazing week. I could keep making those flip crates, and I'm going to continue to do that next week. You know, so if you like on-sale vintage, we've had end-of-the-year sale. You know what comes next? First-of-the-year sale. So you do end-of-the-year selling, and then you do first-of-the-year on sale, New Year's. So end-of-the-year and first-of-the-year. So next week, it will be New Year's sale. Now it's end-of-the-year sale. Okay, I'm in the feed. Thanks, everybody, for 2022. We'll be back 2023. Be safe tomorrow. Not everybody get too wild. Don't throw your records around. Take good care of them. So, appreciate it. We will be back in a couple days. See you then.